Hey, what's up people, it's TTC. This Wednesday just gone was my 32nd birthday. My wife well and truly spoiled me. Amongst other things, there was a couple of sexy ass shirts. And then even though she always says she's not going to buy me toys because she thinks she'll get it wrong, I was then told I'm not allowed to check my own eBay basket for 2 weeks leading up to my birthday because she'd gone and bought me this, the Marvel Legends X-Force Archangel. I've been wanting this thing for a long time, so this was a really cool surprise. She's definitely a keeper, that one. I was a massive fan of X-Force around this time, especially because of the beautiful artwork. You can see here on this piece on the back, everybody just looks so dark and gritty and vicious looking. I read pretty much this entire run of this incarnation of X-Force and I loved it. So I am really excited to open this Archangel finally, so let's just get on with it. Let's crack on. And here he is open and out the box, and I've got to say, the first thing I thought was there's actually quite a lot here, isn't there? I mean, I never like when the prices creep up, but it's definitely worth it here with all the accessories, the wings, interchangeable body parts. I mean, you're definitely getting value for your money here. The days of every figure costing the same no matter how big they were or how much stuff came with them are long gone. If you wanted all these interchangeable parts as well as the wings and whatever, then unfortunately it's just going to have to cost more, and even though I'm not technically the one who paid for it, I definitely think it's worth it. First things first, let's get these wings built, and there's no instructions or anything, so kind of hoping it should be as simple as it looks. I mean, that obviously goes there. And then you've got the smaller wings that click onto the back. Not really sure which way around these go. Do they go in the front or the back? Yeah, okay. I mean, that makes sense. So we'll try that, I guess. And then the wings just peg into these little holes here on the back, the same as they did on the Angel figure. They've got just the right amount of pressure here. I mean, it's definitely a little bit stiff to push it in without it being too hard. And then it's not so loose that they're going to fall out. And I definitely prefer this to the giant backpack that the wings on the older figure used to attach to. It's getting more straightened out. Is that the right way round? I mean, it looks fine, but oh no, let's go and have a look at some pictures, because I don't know, man. Yep, they were definitely on backwards. What a stupid idiot, man. This is definitely the right way round now with them on the back, but to be fair, they look fine as they did the other way around too, if you really wanted to do that. But obviously this way, they can articulate outwards, backwards, much further, so you can get more of a wing spread like that. And looking at him all put together now like this, I mean, come on. It's so damn cool. I'm glad they went with this version of this costume, because some artists would draw all these silver lines and whatever as like really, really raised, like piping, and there was just loads of squiggly lines going everywhere. And it's kind of a bit much. You kind of look like some kind of ribbed condom or something. And these lines are pretty neatly done for the most part. There is a few here just on the leg where yeah, the paintwork's just a little bit splodgy. It's not great. And they don't look too bad on the back. Probably even annoyingly a little bit cleaner. Except maybe just down there by the knee. Nah, I nearly forgot about the little bits on the toes. I mean, for what they are, they're clean enough. I always say with Marvel Legends that these kind of detail lines would probably be better sculpted on rather than just painted, but what you're going to do, I doubt it's ever going to happen. Now, the head sculpt is really where this one shines. All that silver detailing is pretty crisp and clean. Perfect shade of blue, and all the really just subtle darker shading underneath the red eyes just makes him look really menacing. What the fuck is that? If you look closer though, there is another sculpted line going back down to the back of his head that's not even painted, it's just there in black. I don't know if that's supposed to be there, if it's supposed to be silver. Is it for another future release of this? I'll have to go and look at some pictures of his classic blue and red version of this costume now, just to see whether that's actually part of it. Or was it just a paint mistake? I don't know. Tell you what don't make any sense to me at all though is these ears. I mean, surely in a skin-tight costume they should be flattened down to the side of his head. He must be like vacuum sealed into this mask. What's that about? I've heard some people say that the head is a little bit big for the body, but I don't see it. Proportionally looks fine to me. Then again though, I've got a pretty huge melon myself. Onto the wings themselves, and I kind of got maybe some mixed feelings with these. I have no problem with the shape. I know a lot of artists did draw them like this, but for me, I kind of prefer them when they actually look like real feathery wings just made out of metal. I won't mind seeing this figure done again in the classic colours and then have those kind of wings on that one, and then, you know, maybe you could swap them about, mix and match. But for what we got here, it is definitely pretty good, you know. There is one hell of a wingspan on these. They're so big that they're kind of sculpted in a way that they sort of curve around to the front. Stylistically, it looks pretty good, but man does it make it take up so much more space. You can fold them completely in front of the figure to make it like a sort of a wing shield, but the ends actually reach the floor lower than his feet, so he's not going to stand up like that, unfortunately. Good luck getting him stood with any other figures. I know some people wanted these to be painted silver, but if you move that hinge there, all that paint would have just scraped right off. Because of that sort of round, curved forward shape, they don't quite spread out into like a flying wingspan shape, unfortunately. But it's still not a bad flying pose. As well as his normal head, he does also have an interchangeable kind of angry, "Brah, I'm gonna get you" kind of alternate head. Why the hell did I call it that? Not usually a massive fan of screaming, open mouth expression faces because you just end up with the gob open just looking completely lifeless, but this is actually really good. It looks vicious. You do not want that flying at you. Even the teeth and the actual tongue inside the mouth, they look really clean. And that's because if you remove the head, you can see that the tongue itself has got a whole extra piece of ham. Nope. Along with the two fists, you can change them out for some clawed finger sort of gestural splayed hands, and I really like these. They really add something to the evil, aggressive look of this figure. I kind of feel like I've seen this one used before. I don't recognise this one though, with the fingers much more splayed out. He's either going to choke slam you or start a tickle fight. And it all just comes together in a flying pose, you know? It looks vicious as hell. You see that flying at you and just, give up mate, you're dead. There's also these shooting feather effects, which are kind of, yeah. They attach really easily just to the tips of the wings, just like this. There you go, stays nicely. And I believe the point of them is to look like they're shooting out the ends of the wings, but they don't really work. Maybe like coming downwards from a top angle, it kind of looks better like that. Kinda. They're not even the right kind of feathers for those wings. They're more kind of actual feathery looking. I really wanted these to work. I really wanted to like them, but I just kind of don't. Oh well. Comparison time. Here he is with another wing character. Was this the Retro Collection Falcon? I'm pretty sure he was. I did do a video of him here on this channel, so go and check that out. It's amazing. You'll love it. Guaranteed. I don't actually have the X-Force Wolverine anymore, so here's the Extreme X-Men Wolverine. This is one of my favourite looks for him, but yep, I'm definitely going to have to start re-picking up all the X-Force figures now. And it'll probably cost me a bloody fortune. Yay! And here he is with the McFarlane Multiverse Peacemaker. It would have been nice for these wings to be that same kind of silver as this helmet, but you know, oh well. And for another black and silver comparison, here's the Endgame, but not really Endgame, that just weird version of War Machine. And the comparison we're all waiting for, here he is with the normal version of Angel. I've been eager to see these two together because I was super excited for this Archangel, but I was also really impressed by the original version. I'm glad they used the exact same body mold because there's nothing worse than when it's supposed to be two different versions of the same person and they look totally different. Not got that problem here though, these two work perfectly together. Side by side like this, I do kind of wish they'd used the similar kind of wings that they did on the original Angel for this one. That articulation helped them spread really, really far out, but you could also fold them up like this and hide them out of the way. And they went up into a really nice sort of backwards V shape for flying poses. I know it's a personal preference, but if they just retooled the original wings and then painted them silver, I kind of think I would have preferred that. I am curious to swap these wings around and see what that looks like. See, that looks so cool. If they'd resculpted these feathers to be pointier and more sharper looking and then done it in that silver plastic, I kind of think this would have worked better. Plus, when I started reading comics in like the sort of mid to late 90s, he did have the blue skin, but then he had the feathered wings, so this kind of brings back memories of that. I kind of dig it. And obviously this way round isn't accurate to anything, but I don't know why, I kind of like the look of this. And if you wanted to paint all the red parts of his mask black, then this would actually be a pretty cool head swap. I like the look of this. Overall, really happy with this guy. I've been excited to get this guy for pretty much since the original, the Hit Monkey Wave one come out, and I totally missed out on it, and I could not afford any of those scalper prices. Is it perfect? No, no figures are. But I'm happy with what we got here. There's really not a lot I would change. Super appreciate my wife getting me this. I know it's sort of out of her comfort zone, and yet she still does it for me year after year. That's how you know you bagged yourself a good one. And any little faults that I've pointed out with the figure in this is not me being ungrateful to her. I mean, she didn't make the figure, did she? It's not her fault. And now I'm under loads of pressure to find her something really good for her birthday. Crap. So don't forget to like this video, drop us a comment down below, and subscribe to the channel if you aren't already. Plenty of other Marvel Legends videos on this channel already, and I will most likely be on the hunt for the rest of the X-Force figures now, especially that Warpath X-23 2-pack. Man, that looks good. But until then, I'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers!